Once you have taken flight, you'll decide, gaze towards the sky, and you'll know that is where your heart will feel at home. I'm Christopher Pike. My world is called Earth, and although it's very far away from here, my people and yours are very much alike. You see, this was Earth in our 21st century. It's a lot like your world today. And the road getting from there to here has been long, and it has taken much time. But finally that time has arrived. Thanks to the hard work of our crews and our pilots, we will touch the sky. Democrats and their fake news allies want you to believe that it's all a lie, that Democrats shut down the government over healthcare for illegal aliens. It is in fact true. As Vice President J.D. Vance said, we couldn't get the bill passed without Democratic support. This means that Democrats chose to shut down the government over their support for illegal aliens over American citizens. There is a kind of bravery to our condition, I reckon, being brought into being without an explanation and just expected to get on with it as if there's nothing strange going on. According to the National Institute of Health, in 2022, collective resilience is our shared ability as individuals, friends, communities, and even society to adapt, recover, and overcome in the face of adversity. The National Academy of the Sciences advises in 2021 that communities with strong social ties are 3 to 4 times more likely to be able to overcome in the face of disaster. In today's political climate, with our president blaming everyone else for his own problems, ICE kidnapping our neighbors, and people just generally seeming to be more divided than ever, it is more important now than ever to remember our community ties. Because without them, we are alone on this blue marble against the stars. So, using dramatic interpretation of Star Trek Enterprise and Star Trek Strange New Worlds, prose The Fifth Science by Excerpt 1A, as well as the White House's official website, and poetry, The Sagno di Volare by Christopher Tim, to boldly go, a program that dares us to unite and explore those strange new worlds together. Recently, I was treated to a glimpse of my future, and not all I hoped. After all, what good is there in knowing your future? A friend of mine told me that recently, and I didn't know what he meant until now. I've seen my future. Let me show you yours. Our conflict also started with a fight for peace. What began as a rebellion in one nation ended in the eradication of 600,000 species of plants and animals. What started as a civil war, then the eugenics war, before finally just World War III. This was our last day, the day the Earth we knew ceased to exist. Global suicide. If I asked you, in the midst of a tragedy, shall I end it all and make it all well again, you would answer, please do, I beg it! But if I asked you, after the tragedy is concluded, did you learn from the experience? Are you wiser because of it? You would answer, yes! And thank you for not ending the damn thing prematurely. And it's a matter of faith. A faith that hides deep within our hearts. And where our hearts lead, we will follow. It is faith that makes us believe we are capable of any task, so no matter how they try to bend us, we will never bend. We will never break. Due to the radical left Democrat government shutdown, this website will not be updating any further because President Trump has made it clear that he intends to work with Democrats to provide the services that feed fuel and clothe the American people. Man will be lifted by its own creation like birds to the sky, filling our universe with wonder and glory. Perhaps somewhere your ends are written as indelibly as mine. But I choose to believe that right up until the last moment, life is to be worn gloriously. Maybe that's why I'm here. To convince you of the power of possibility. Be brave, whoever they are. Let them be brave so they may one day look upon this planet from a distant star, having forged their own brighter universe. Let them be brave so they may choose compassion over stupidity each and every time. Let their very genes hum with the insatiable need to know that which is not yet known. God, let them be better than us at the very least. Maybe that's the good in seeing my future. That I can remind you that your destinies are still your own. You can still make it better. It's fun to think one day that our great grandchildren may be one step closer to understanding what the hell creation is doing here in the first place, and glimpsing at the underlying structure and nature of matter in the universe itself. Hopefully, they won't be left with the same existential horrors that we all quietly face every day in our own lives. It is times like these that demand courageous leadership, not moral cowardice, indecision, or lack of accountability. Let's call it what it is. An epidemic of radical left Democrat violence. There is a kind of bravery to our condition, I reckon. Being brought into being without an explanation and just expected to get on with it as if there's nothing strange going on. Well, it fucking is! And it's alright to have a breakdown about the whole affair from time to time, faced with the pressures of trying to be a good person, a good worker, a good son, a good daughter, a good parent, trying to be fit and trying to stay attractive, trying to be politically smart, trying to be financially secure, trying to just find some modest corner of meaning and belonging and sanity to just go and sit in, all the while living on the edge of dying forever. We're all in the same strange boat, grappling with the same strange condition. But it isn't quite so scary when we do it together. So let's do it together. So, go to war with each other. Or join our federation and reach for the stars. The choice is yours. Taking its first flight towards the sun, the birds sweeping over the great Mont Cesare, filling the universe with wonder and glory. Because society grows when old men plant trees whose shade they will never sit in. And with that faith, we will reach every single star. There is nothing we can't do without that all-encompassing faith of the heart. Gentlemen, the final frontier begins in this hall. Let's explore it together.